All right. Good morning, everybody. I think it's about that time, so we'll go ahead and get started. So we're just going to start in that seated position. Uh, We'll be here for a moment or two just to get everybody set up and give them time to join us. Again, my name is Allison. So this is 25-minute, all levels flow. So we'll just kind of get up, get moving. Nothing too crazy, too intense. Just try to stretch out the body, get it kind of warmed up, loosen up, and ready for your weekend. All right, so go ahead and start. Hands on those knees, shoulders are just softened down and back. So we want to just think about gently pulling those shoulder blades together. That chest is lifted, sitting tall. Notice if you're starting to lean forward at all. We want to think about our spine is perpendicular to the ground. So just taking a few breaths in and out through the nose. Noticing that rise and fall of the chest. Trying to pull air all the way down into that lowest part of the lungs. That belly will expand a little bit. And exhaling that breath out just nice and slow. And reach those fingertips out to the sides. We're going to flip those palms, reaching those arms up overhead. Palms will meet. We can bend into those elbows, just pressing the head back into those forearms, staying tight through that core. Just feeling a little bit of a stretch through those triceps, maybe that upper back. And we'll inhale those arms back up, side stretch over to that right side, just gazing up underneath that arm, keeping that left hip grounded down. Inhale, reach it back up, and exhale to the other side. So reach it up and over. And inhale, reaching both arms up, and exhale, folding forward. So again, you might want to walk that front foot out just a little bit so that ankle bone isn't pressing uncomfortably into the mat. You can find those gentle sways from side to side, and deeper stretch through those outer hips. And then walk those hands back and bring those hands behind the back, so just on the ground. Pull those shoulder blades together, lift up through that chest. Release it. So go ahead and just switch that across the legs. Again, inhale, reaching those arms up and back. Palms will meet as we bring the hands behind the head. Just press that head into the forearms. Inhale, reach those arms back up. We'll find that side bend. We'll go over to that left side to start. Inhale, reach it back up. And we'll go to that other side. So reach it up and over. And inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, we'll lower those hands down. Nice flat back on the inhale. And exhale, back those hands out a little further. and walk those hands back. So if those shoulders are feeling a little bit tight, you want to keep those hands just right behind or on the ground right behind the back. You can, or maybe you interlace those fingers behind the back. Okay, so again, we want the palms facing each other. We don't want the palms facing towards the ground. So just draw those knuckles down towards the ground first. Just trying to open up, trying to roll those shoulder blades or the shoulders back. Okay, then from there, maybe we can bring those hands a little further from those hips. A couple more breaths. Add in a neck stretch. So keep those fingers interlaced, bringing those hands over to that left hip. And then we'll drop that left ear down towards that left shoulder. Thinking about really softening that right shoulder down. So bring that head back up and then bring the hands to the other side. We'll drop that ear down.
Just breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe.
Lift that head back up. Go ahead and reach those arms up overhead. Reach it up nice and tall. Then exhale, we'll just lower those hands down. So coming onto those hands and knees. Spread those fingers out, pressing into the palms. Hands are stacked right underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips. On that inhale, we're gonna drop the belly, lift the chest, lift the tailbone as we look up. And exhale, we'll round that spine, press the shoulder blades away, draw that belly up and in. Then inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest, lift the tailbone as we look up. Exhale, round. Then inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, round. Good, we'll bring it back to neutral ground. Step those feet back to our plank. Then exhaling those hips up and back into that downward facing dog. So nice flat back, that inverted V shape. You want to press that tailbone up towards the ceiling. Press those heels down towards the mat. It's okay if those heels don't touch. You can bend those knees as much as you need to. We just want to feel that stretch. Calves, the hamstrings. If you want to pull it out, that's fine too. Just hold it here for a few more breaths. Fix the camera. And now inhale on those toes. Exhale, bend those knees, step those feet top of the mat. Inhaling that half lift. Exhale, fold. Keep the head and the arms hang nice and heavy. And shake that head. Yes. Maybe no. Release that tension in the neck and those shoulders. With a slight bend into those knees, flatten out that back. We're gonna rise up to standing, reach it up nice and tall. Interlacing those fingers, just find that gentle bend over to that right side. Inhaling it back up and exhale it over to the other side. Inhale, reach it back up and exhale, fold. Finding that flat back on that inhale, slight bend into that right knee. Left arm is gonna reach up, flat back. Hips are pointing straight back. So see, if there was a line going down the middle of the mat, the spine would be parallel to that line. Exhale it down as we fold. And inhale, lift and lengthen, bending into that left knee. Right arm is gonna reach up. And exhaling those arms down as we fold. And bend into those knees, flatten out that back. Rise back up to standing, interlace those fingers. Side stretch it to the right. Inhale it back up. Exhale it to the left. Inhale, reach it back up. And exhale, fold. Finding that flat back on that inhale, bending into that right knee. Left arm reaches up. Exhale it down as we fold. Find that flat back. We'll switch sides, reaching that right arm up. Left knee bends. Exhale it down as we fold. And inhale, bend into those knees. We'll rise back up. Interlace those fingers, bend it to the right. Inhale it back up. Exhale it to the left. Inhale, reach it up. And exhale, fold. Find that flat back, bend into that right knee, left arm up. Exhale it down. Other side. Twisting, reaching that right arm up. Exhaling it down as we fold. Find that flat back. And on that exhale, plant those hands, stepping those feet back to our plank. And shifting that weight forward. And so we want shoulders right over those fingertips as we lower down. This can be done kneeling too. Point those toes, roll the shoulders down and back. Lift up into that baby cobra. If your spine's ready, you can press it up into that upward facing dog. And exhaling those hips to the sky, downward facing dog. We're going to hold her here for a couple breaths. Inhale that right leg up towards the sky. We're going to step that right foot outside that right hand. Back knee lowers down. A twisting right arm reaches up. Good. Exhale, lower that hand down. We're going to reach the arms up overhead, bending into that front knee. What did I just do? Scoot this back a little bit so you can see me. Sorry about that, guys. All right, let's try that. Good, so we're reaching those arms up, rib cage down. Ooh, a little better now, you can't see my feet. Good, softening those shoulders down. And now we'll straighten that front leg, pulling those toes back as we fold. Good, we bend into that knee, stepping that foot back to the down dog. If you want to move through that vinyasa, you have that option. For another breath. In down dog. We're going to inhale that left leg up. We're going to step that left foot outside that left hand. Back knee lowers down. We're twisting, reaching that left arm up. And lower that hand down. Inhale, we'll reach both arms up, rib cage down, pressing those hips forward. Okay, now we'll straighten that front leg as we pull the toes back, folding over that leg. Get straight. And as we bend into that lunge, plant those hands, step it back in vinyasa if you'd like. Otherwise, down dog or a quick child's pose. Excellent. Hips up to the sky. Down dog when you're ready. Inhale that right leg up. I'm going to step that right foot again outside that right hand. Back knee lowers down. Twisting, reaching that right arm up. And now we're going to add to it. Lower that hand down. We're going to lift that back knee up. Travel to that long edge of the mat into a side lunge, into that left knee. Hold there for another breath. Back is nice and flat. I'm going to keep that left heel grounded down. And we'll bring it back into that low lunge, front of the mat, reaching those arms up and back. Rib cage pulls down. Now straighten that front leg, fold the toes back as we fold. And bend into that knee. Lay at the hand, step it back into that down dog. Good, now inhaling that left leg up. We'll step that left foot outside that hand. Back knee lowers down. Twisting, reaching that left arm up. Now lower that hand down, lift that back knee up. We're gonna travel to that long edge of the mat. Lunging into that right knee, side lunge. Couple more breaths. Good, now walk it back. So we're gonna come back to that low lunge. Back knee lowers down. Inhale, reaching those arms up. So we're back towards the front of the mat. Rib cage is pulling down, hips are pressing forward. Big, big lunge into that left knee. And lower that hand down, put the hands down. Straighten that front leg, pull those toes back as we fold. And we bend into that knee, stepping it back, moving through that vinyasa. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale those hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Go ahead and make your way onto your back so you can step our opposite feet through. Extending those legs out as we roll it down, one vertebrae at a time. Now we're gonna hug that right knee into the chest. So the left leg can either stay bent with the foot planted, okay, or if you can straighten it out. You can kind of make that decision after we get into this half happy baby. So the arm is gonna come inside the knee, in front of the shin, so you can reach for either the big toe or the outside edge of that foot, okay? Now we want this knee outside the shoulder, okay? We're gonna pull that shoulder down towards the ground. That's gonna pull that knee down towards the ground. So that bigger stretch through that inner thigh, hamstring, maybe even a little bit in that hip flexor too. Now from here, you can extend that left leg out long. Think about pulling that knee down towards the ground, the right knee down towards the ground, and then extending through the knee. I'm gonna straighten that leg out a little bit more. Release that foot. Left hand reaches for that knee, going into that spinal twist. Right arm is reaching out, shoulders are down. Big breath, inhale. And exhale. Release into that twist. You're not forcing it. And you have with that breath. Bring that knee back to center. Let's switch sides, hugging that left knee in. Right foot either lowers down or straightens out. We're gonna reach for that outside edge of that left foot. So start by pulling that left shoulder down towards the ground to pull that knee down. Flexing that foot. And then maybe you can extend that leg a little bit more. Take pulling down first and then straightening through that leg. And release that foot. That right hand is going to grab onto that knee, pull it across the body into that twist. So that left arm is reaching out. Take that big breath in. And exhale, release into that twist. And then bring that knee back to center. Let's go ahead and hug both knees into the chest. We'll go into that full happy baby. So again, big toes are outside edges of the feet. Tailbone is pulling down. So we don't want those hips lifted. Tailbone is flat. Extend those feet. So again, same idea, just both feet at the same time. Pull those knees down, extending through those legs. Maybe rocking from side to side. And then go ahead and lower those feet down to the mat. Pressing into those feet as we roll those hips up into that hip bridge. Slowly roll those hips back down. Hugging those knees in. We'll rock forward and back, coming up to our seat. Legs crossed, sitting up nice and tall. Just rest those hands on the knees, just taking a few breaths. Relaxing those shoulders down. Eyes closed. And just noticing that rise and fall of the chest with each inhale and each exhale. If the mind starts to wander, just bring that focus right back to that breath. Maybe even just focusing on a simple in on that inhale and out on that exhale. Just repeating that in your head. Just open your eyes. Thank you guys so much for joining me this morning. Have a great weekend, and I will see you guys back here on Monday.